Now that is a nice solid chunk of heavy armor, specifically leather armor, not heavy armor, but still has the defense of my current heavy armor, plus a nice big chunk of deflection. Yes. So I wanted to try this. I have all of her old equipment available if I want to change my mind about this, so it's not like I've thrown it away, but I put Siren in heavy armor. She now has 9 armor. I don't see much reason not to. Normally you want people to be throwing out spells left and right, but like I think her primary contribution is that she's constantly singing. So if I can make her like into some sort of off tank or something, like by making her really hard to kill and fighting on the front lines while using her AoE songs to do damage, like that doesn't like her songs don't appear to have recovery time. They don't seem to work that way. So as far as I can tell, she could just keep going at it, but then also have 9 armor instead of 0, which seems like an alright thing to have. And that could be scary. Also, the new leather chest piece looks kind of awesome. I actually really like how that looks. Look at that. So as of right now, we don't have a ton of options for navigating the area. Multiple objectives are waiting in Twin Rivers, but we don't know exactly where this Twin Rivers base is located, and we need to find intel first before we can actually engage in that. Conceivably, there might be something left over at Iron Hall's trail that teaches me something, but really the big thing they're pointing at me, of course, is Deserter's March. Everything kind of points there. These forests are infrequently traveled, as its dense undergrowth and unpredictable elevation changes discourage the formation of roads. This became an asset to various dissidents and deserters that sought travel away from watchful eyes, and ultimately lent this wilderness its name. At present, the area is loosely controlled by the Bronze Brotherhood. Now it's going to be controlled by me. Oh. Well. Off to a good start. Your journey is interrupted by the feral howls of a hunting pack of beastmen. Their leader is an impressive specimen, her mane black as night and her body scarred from battle. Hi. Before you towers a massive creature of fur and flesh, her short, black snout snuffling in the air.
Know this scent. Stench of blood, sweat, battle, iron and death. Smells like alpha. Smells of strength. But is male.
So, hello, playable character that joins the party. It's kind of a giveaway when they're just suddenly voice acted. No one's voice acted in this game. The beast woman cocks her head to one side, eyes bright with curiosity and red as fresh blood. Those eyes rove your body up and down, darkening with the sudden heat, with a look that a predator bestows its prey.
Have been stalking human centrail. Have ranged many more than 5 nights through tribe and human territories of Tyr's land, hunting for human called Fatebinder, for human who woke a rising rock called Mountain Spire. Have hunted hot high, cold low, wet dry, traipsed far until paws bled, but always human who smelled of alpha, evaded beast woman. Had to slink through shadows, fast, quick, without rest to catch delicious prey at last.
Really? We haven't had that long of a journey yet. I'm kind of surprised by that. Have we even been out? I guess we did travel for a week that one time. Let's see. Your markings must be from the Shadow Hunter tribe.
Fatebinder knows tribes of beast women. Curious human. Male who smells of alpha and knows of Shadow Hunter tribe. Best tribe. Lost tribe of kills in shadow.
Her eyes pin you with lust. The look of a wolf that found a hare. Hey, I'm not looking for conflict. I merely want to continue on my way.
Beast woman did not range so far, chasing scent and tracks of Fatebinder, only to step aside and watch human leave beast woman behind.
She snarls.
Nope. Will not move from way.
Okay, then explain yourself, beast woman. What is it you want?
Humans.
You want humans? I think she's just not answering my question. She hacks. The beast woman's nostrils flare wide and her eyes brighten with amusement.
No human called Fatebinder. Kairos breeds words on paper. Fatebinder binds words to earth and sky. day, makes ground tremble, makes night cry blood and fire.
I merely read Kairos' edicts. I am but a vessel for the Overlord's great magic.
Fatebinder speaks and storms rage. Humans wail. Sun dies. Fatebinder speaks and rocks tear through flesh like killing claws.
The Beast Woman cants her head to one side, confused.
Tribes of Kairos fear Fatebinder. Human Alpha claimed Horizon Rock called Spire, and Archons did not kill Fatebinder. Archons rolled over and wide, covetous.
Okay, so maybe you've heard of me.
Kairos hunts human realms to extinction. Rules tribe of blood and ruin, starvation and death. Seeks to slaughter beast women like prey. But beast women are not prey. Are not flighty, feeble-minded humans.
Kills in Shadow spits a gob of tawny mucus on the ground.
Beast women are savage hunters. Bred to fight Kirut, like Fatebinder who smells of alpha. Strong always kill weak, then grow weak, and are killed. Is migration of life. But Kills in Shadow is not weak now. Will not be weak for many long seasons. Will join Fatebinder and survive Kairos' tribe.
You'd side with the enemy to survive.
Enemy? No enemy. Only competition. Only strong tribes and weak tribes. Only win or die. Adapt to survive.
If you want to join me, it'll have to be as my beta.
Kills in Shadow is not beta. But even alphas submit to stronger-willed primas. Many packs make a tribe. Is this not a thought humans also understand? Beast Woman will follow Fatebinder. Will not dominate. Unless Fatebinder begins to smell weak.
She tongues one of her upper fangs, lips split in a feral grin. Fine, but keep your nose to yourself. The Beast Woman huffs and turns to address her pack.
Kills in Shadow will not shelter stone whelps anymore. Scamper, run, flee! Do not want to see shadows lurking, stalking behind. Barb cleft his leader now.
The pack hesitates, causing Kills in Shadow to emit a low, menacing growl.
Will not like if Kills in Shadow catches sight or scent of stone mongrels again.
Well, we're having a lot of strange change of paces lately, haven't we? That was a little fast. I didn't get a lot of time to, I barely get a chance to experiment with these new characters. We got Ebb and Siren so quickly. We got Ebb, which gave us time to fight into town. Then we got Siren, which gave us a chance to fight out of town. And now I've got Kills in Shadow, and I'm like, calm down. Also, Kills in Shadow starts out as a lower level than Siren ever did. Dare I try to see if Siren can play old tanky? The problem is that she doesn't have a taunt skill right now, so she's only... I don't think she'd do good as anything besides the off-tank. But I do also want to experiment with her new setup, so that's frustrating. I may let Kills in Shadow wait in the off party for now and come back to her later. Just because I just set up Siren to try a certain combat style. And I'm trying things out here. Oh, and then she disappeared. The end. Goodbye. I'm sure that over the course of the main campaign we'll have more time to meet these characters. It's just... they're dumping them all on me at once, so it's a little hard to keep track of them. Like, all three of them came... like, I think that is actually was accurate retelling of what happened, is I got Ebb, fought into town, got Verse, fought out of town, and now I'm like, why do I have more characters already? Calm down, game. Is this the camp? I think this is the same camp that they were using to, to steal from any merchants that came by. So this is where the Bronze Brotherhood was earlier. The beastmen have blocked off the main route out of the forest. Skilled hunters and trackers, the beastmen know how to corner their prey. But now I've got one of them with me, so I guess I can just leave. Why not? We'll continue on to Deserter's March. And here we are. Once again, staring off into the darkness. The darkness. Let's rearrange the party a little bit. Might as well put the tankier character up close. Maybe even right up in there. And we'll see if she at all behaves how I think she might. She would have to level up her defensive skills over time by actually taking part in combat. Not too big of a map. Doesn't look too huge. Is there a camp down here? Looks like there's a camp down here. I need to hide this. There we go. Aha! Oh, there's nothing important here. Almost as if the game developers knew that the bottom right corner is kind of a bad place to put things, because you can't see it. Nicandros. Oh! Disfavored scouts such as these are not an uncommon sight in the Deserter's March. These two were likely attempting to observe the Brotherhood camp below and were gifted several arrows for their trouble. He winces and moans softly. Okay, well he has nothing to say then. Forge-bound shipment. This crate of forge-bound weapons was supposed to be delivered to Lethian's Crossing. Well, there we go. You there. Thought I was dead, did you? No, because you were making sound, so it was pretty clear you were alive. Thought you'd just help yourself to these crates. Was on my way to get these to the forge-bound. Seems that won't be happening now. I can say, I don't have time for this. You're on your last breath. That means I'm going to keep what I found here, so I can just take the weapons for my own. What happened to you? Was crossing through Deserter's March. I stopped for a moment and it happened. Blade right in the back. Didn't even see who or what had done it. Looks like I won't be finishing my duty here. Listen, the shipment. It's property of the Forge-bound. Do the world a bit of service and take it to them, instead of pocketing it. These are dark times. Lethian's Crossing needs the support. Will you take this to them? Whoa. I can say there are soldiers here in Deserter's March that would benefit from this shipment. I can give that to them instead. If I go against Kairos' will, I assume this means that I could probably side with the Bronze Brotherhood, couldn't I? Interesting. I'll make sure the shipments get there. He grips the side of his broken cart, lifting himself up so that his face is level with yours. Good. Be swift about it. You must. He coughs, spitting thick clumps of blood onto the ground. Why can't any of us heal him? Our entire party has healing magic. Damn. Never thought this is how I'd go out. His loses? Another typo, I guess. He loses hold of the cart and falls back against it, hitting the ground hard. The old man gasps, the sound from his throat torturous and wet. After a few moments, he is silent. Ow. Oh, you can loot his body too. Oh, he's just got a little pollen. It's like, well, he's dead. We better remove this pollen from his jacket. That doesn't make us seem like crazy people. I was expecting a more obvious encampment of Bronze Brotherhood around here. So far, not a lot. Deer? Oh, deer! Oh.
On the lookout. That
could be a camp. The Brotherhood rarely camp in one location for more than a few weeks at a time, lest they become predictable targets for Kairos' forces. There's a Brotherhood. Oh, I can sneak up behind them. Do they have less detection radius when I'm behind them? Oh. Lock. Oh, they're all friendly too, unfortunately. That's hazardous for me. Oh. Redeman is a murderer, a thief, and a coward. How can you stand with him? He went too far. Death is inevitable in war, but slaughtering innocent settlers? What possible reason could he have to kill them? They were regrettable, but necessary deaths. Redeman needs the helmet if he wants to keep Lethian's Crossing out of Kairos' hands. Necessary? Do you hear what you're saying? That was slaughter. And now the crossing's vulnerable. If the helm isn't returned, the bane will overwhelm it. I can say you can settle this by fighting each other. Why? First of all, hey, why is this the one time that why is listen quietly not one of the options here? I don't want to butt in right now. I have no interest in butting in. I was just gonna watch this, but now I have to say it out loud. I feel like I should try to talk to them by saying calm down, because if I can get one side decided with me, this will be a very short fight. Everyone calm down. Locke looks back and forth between you and Mirek and sighs. You are right, Fatebinder. He addresses Mirek. Have your men lower their weapons, and I will have my men do the same. Why are they listening to the Fatebinder? I mean, their team won't listen to the Fatebinder, especially because they're trying to fight Kairos' forces, and I'm part of Kairos' army. Fatebinder, I implore you to help us. I want to avoid more bloodshed if at all possible. Oh, they lowered their weapons. Why did they lower their weapons? This side on the right hates Kairos' army, right? Why would they work with me? Nobleman's sandals. How does that compare to you? The same item. Every item's the same item. Ta-da-da-da. Let's get vaguely information before I talk to them. That won't necessarily work. Yeah. Locke looks at you cautiously as you approach and holds up his hands. Fatebinder, I know the recent events in Lethian's Crossing were unusual as well as regrettable. In light of Redimund's actions forcing your hand, we will overlook the Brotherhood blood on your sword. Right now, the important thing is to convince Mirek that Redimund doesn't have anyone's best interest in mind, and his insatiable need to be victor is going to kill us all. I can just attack him right here. Look at this dialogue option down here. Redimund isn't the most unstable person here. Come and dance with me. You just attack him with your... Oh, jeez. It would have seemed not everyone in the Brotherhood agrees with Redimund's methods. No. We might be mercenaries, but we aren't murderers. Mirek is a loyalist, so he follows Redimund's orders without question, no matter how crazy they are. Mirek isn't an evil person, he just has a hard time thinking for himself and is easily manipulated. Maybe you can talk some sense into him. If he isn't careful, he's going to get a lot more people killed. There is nothing more terrifying than blind faith and flawed leaders. Let's see, why does Redimund want the Forge-bound Master? If only I knew. I might have been able to prevent this. Redimund has become increasingly unstable since Kairos' forces took Lethian's Crossing from him. So would I have prevented this entire series of events from happening if I just attacked Redimund right when I first met him? Could you attack him back there? It's amusing just that all of this was caused by him. I kind of thought that he'd cause me troubles on my way back out, maybe, after I dealt with the town. Perhaps he means to better arm the Brotherhood. We can always use quality weapons, so getting a hold of a forge-bound iron would be an exciting prospect. With Kairos' forces on the move, that would be welcome. I've been stationed in Deserter's March for some time now, and I've seen a growing number of Kairos men in the area. Something is going to happen, and it's going to happen soon. I was reporting every sighting to Redimund, telling him that it was no longer safe to stay here with all the disfavored around, but Redimund wouldn't hear of us leaving. It's only a matter of time before they show up in force and kill all of us. The last time I heard anything from Redimund, he was talking about taking extreme measures to keep Lethian's Crossing out of Kairos' hands. Locke shakes his head. With the theft of the Magebane helmet, I think Redimund is planning on using the Bane. I don't know how, and I'm terrified to see what he will do. Do you know where I might find Redimund? I have no idea. Mirek probably does, though. I will speak to him. Attempt number 2! Redimund doesn't trust you, Fatebinder. Why should I listen to anything you have to say? Because we can find a peaceful solution to this problem. If that were possible, Redimund would have already found a way, but you are welcome to try, no matter how futile the effort. What do you want to know? Why are you in Deserter's March? Redimund sent me here to retrieve any loyal soldiers I can find. I assumed that would include Locke, but apparently I was wrong. The penalty for disloyalty is death. So you're not really loyal to, not really friends with each other, are you? How can you follow a man who kills his own men so indiscriminately? They must have been traitors to the Bronze Brotherhood. Merrick says this more to himself than to you. Otherwise, Redmond wouldn't have killed them. That has to be the reason. If the men Redmond kills are traitors, the Bronze Brotherhood must have a lot of them. Merrick purses his lips, his eyes moving back and forth as he considers your words. You might have a point, Fatebinder, but I still don't trust your motives. I'm not going to turn over the leader of the Brotherhood on speculation. They must have been... wait, that went back to the previous dialogue option. Yeah, about how they must be traitors. Let's see. Redmond invaded Lethian's Crossing and attacked everyone, including his own men. We're in the middle of war, Fatebinder. People die. There is defiance in Merrick's eyes, but no conviction behind his statement. Perhaps they betrayed him. Perhaps they tried to mutiny. We don't know his true motivations. He looks to the side, and you can tell he doesn't really believe his own words. They must have been traitors to the same. It keeps looping back. Catches me off guard when that happens a little bit, because it's just so uncommon in this particular game for a game to repeat the same dialogue over and over again. Let's see. Do you really believe Redmond's a good leader? Yes, Merrick makes the declaration vehemently. I know everything he does will be for the good of everyone. We just have to trust him. They must... same thing again. Locke thinks Redmond is acting in his own self-interest. He wants you to see Redmond for who he really is. No. He is doing what's best for Lethian's Crossing. Merrick looks conflicted. Isn't he? He shakes his head. Yes, he must be. He trails off, confused. He's bad at thinking, isn't he? He's looping a lot. Let's go back to the previous topics. A lot of options to attack him. Why did Redmond take the Forge-bound Master? I don't ask, I just do. If you need to know why he wanted it, he will have to tell you. He doesn't want to talk to you. So if Redmond sent you, you know where he is. Even if I had that information, why would I tell you? I can say it's important, I can lie with subterfuge, saying, I just need to talk to him. Or with athletics, I can threaten him, probably. Yep, I can say, tell me or you're gonna bleed out. Yeah. Let's try being sneaky. I just need to talk to him. You want all this to be over, don't you? Merrick looks at you suspiciously. Redmond went to the old walls at Twin Rivers, and before you ask, I don't know what he's doing there. But even if you follow him, you won't find him, because you don't have the keystone. The keystone? What's that? You've gotten all the information out of me I will give, Fatebinder. Just know that without it, you will never find Redmond. Alright. So I can basically attack him or leave. Well, let's say I don't have any other questions. What's the outcome there? Have you had any luck convincing Merrick to stop blindly following Redmond? He's not as sure of Redmond as he once was. Merrick, think about what it used to mean to be a brother, and what the Brotherhood used to be. The Redmond we knew would never do these horrible things to his own men. You will die if you keep with him. But he's never led us wrong, Locke. Don't you remember? Nothing could stop us. No one could hold us back. What happened? Help us, Merrick. Redmond must be stopped any way he can. No. Merrick shakes his head defiantly. Redmond may have his flaws, but I am a failure of a soldier if I don't follow my leader, regardless of his shortcomings. He faces Locke, eyes wet. I'm sorry, brother, but the price of betrayal is death. Ruh-roh. Well, at least one side of them is on our team, as I hoped from the get-go. This will actually probably be a really short fight. Let's go ahead and just send Siren right up in the middle. Oh, right. It undoes that the moment the fight actually starts. There we go. Look at me! I'm an enemy. This is Shattered Stone. Once per encounter. That could be fun. Let's see. Does it have to be an AoE around the Fatebinder? I think so. We could have fun with that though. But he has to get in range. Go over here. There we go. Let's make a mess. I just want to see this skill. Yep, that's just a big ass rock right there. Boom! Yeah, this fight's over as soon as it starts. Locke shakes his head. I had hoped to avoid the bloodshed. He didn't need to die, but there was no other way this could have ended. Redeman needs to pay for what he has done to his people. If you want to find Redeman, search Mirek. If anyone knows where that madman has gone, he would. So he thinks that there might be something written down that he has access to. There it is. Old Wall's keystone, there it is. He just had it on him. That was kind of a giveaway. Twin Rivers is now unlocked to the world map. Locke makes a sharp gasp when you take the stone from Mirek's body. That's one of the keystones Redeman uses to enter the old walls of Twin Rivers. If Mirek has a keystone, Redeman must be there. We already basically knew where he was, but now we have the keystone that lets us in. So I take it things didn't go entirely smoothly because she has a wound now. I don't know if she had one before or not. But there's actually a potential for her being kind of a badass tank with just the idea that she, see what's going on here. Rive of the Marrow, -5 all skills. Is that a debuff that's on her right now? Or is that the wound? Either way, her primary skill performance scales especially high with vitality. So I'm curious about that, because if she were to become a tanky type character, stacking vitality would be a way to make her really good at spamming the songs. She could be in the middle of the fray and not taking much damage, having a big health pool, but just doing massive, constant AoE attacks just all over the area, and then even switching to supportive things when needed. Be interesting. If you haven't already been to the Twin Rivers Fatebinder, I suggest you go there next. Take the keystone and show it to Welby. She'll be able to help. What are your plans now? I have no clue. Until the issue with Redeman is dealt with, I know of nowhere I can go. For now, we will remain here and out of Redeman's gaze. If we can stay quiet, my hope is that he will forget about us. So he's just going to try to write it out. Too bad you can't recruit him as part of your effort to fight Redeman.
Found something.
That's a trap. You should deal with that. Yay! Subterfuge experience. Right, that's just the disfavored scouts. Oh, he does have stuff on him. Crude map. Torn leather spalder. Disfavored soldier drew a crude map depicting Deserter's March and other nearby wilderness areas. Multiple lines and connection points likely indicate patrols in fortified positions. The sheer number of them suggests that Kairos' forces are making an aggressive attempts to control the region surrounding Lethian's Crossing. I wonder if that plays any role into the investigation. Is that the crude map right there? Yeah, it is. Did that just get added? Oh, that's the missing shipment there. Nope. The only evidence we have for Graven Ash is that the disfavored soldiers were trying to get access to Twin Rivers at the old walls. So nothing there. I'm just curious from time to time because certain things we do definitely add up to that specific thing. Oop. Trap? Wait, enemies? Or not?
See that?
There's only like a couple of them. The rest of them are on a different side. What's your guys' deal? Executed Brotherhood soldiers have been lined up here along with a small pile of gear, satchels, and rings. By the looks of it, they were killed fairly recently. Sorry, who's on what side here? Are you all going to attack me or not? Traitors, so Redeman says. Not my place to ask questions. You're killing traitors, so you're not on the same team as the people up there. But you're not attacking us either. Kind of confusing. Mysterious missive. This rolled scrap of parchment tucked away in a satchel appears to be an undelivered missive. R. Suspicious. Cannot deliver reports. Come to the march in a fortnight. Look for rusted blade and shield. Interesting. Is everything else just nonsense? Heavy helm. Heavy greaves. I should probably compare the greaves real quick. More slash shock armor, less corrode arcane armor. Probably worth it. Stash that on her real quick. Put everything else in the stash. That's probably an upgrade for her as far as heavy armor goes. Oops. Yeah, I think slash is more prevalent than corrode. This is just an experiment, so I'm keeping her, like, she still has her dress and stuff like that sitting around here so I can switch back to that. But I'm just curious to see if the only thing keeping me with using her in heavy armor was just the concept of mages and being something you associate with light armor. Because if her primary action isn't necessarily casting spells, then
found something.
That kind of changes things. What's that? Coward's contingency. Let's compare that. Light armor cloth. Same stats as his current one, but has fleeing. Bonus movement speed when they have wounds. Not exactly a game changer, but it exists. Yeah, get a bonus at no cost. Might as well just have it. Put these ones away. What are these right here? These are also not worth keeping around. This bar's getting crowded down here with special condition items. We'll turn in the shipment soon, though, and we'll turn the keystone, too. Yeah, we just gained half of these in this area, and that charcoal was recent when we were inside the wall. We are rapidly expanding that little inventory of quest items. I think that's about it here. Oh, Kalia, we were looking for you. Get to you in a moment. Just checking for traps real quick. Nope. Yeah, you're like the last loose end I was expecting to find here. The young woman looks you up and down. Huh? What in Kairos' bloated bladder do you want? Your brother wasn't kidding when he said you were strong-willed. My brother? Great. Let me guess. Callian sent you to come save me from myself again, right? He mentioned you have a knack for getting yourself into trouble. Callian isn't one to judge what's trouble and what isn't. He wouldn't leave Lethian's Crossing unless something was chasing him. My dim-witted dullard of a brother worries too much. I'm fine. She turns away from you. End of story. Perhaps he had a good reason to worry? No, he's a meddling busybody who's scared of taking care of himself and doesn't want anything to change. I'm doing my part, is what I'm doing. I've come to Deser's March to join the Bronze Brotherhood. And there's nothing that you can do to stop me. I'm guessing you didn't see what the Brotherhood leader did in Lethian's Crossing. He probably did what no one else was willing to do, stand up to Kairos' soldiers. Redeman's a good man. He would only do what he thought was necessary. Redeman is not what you think he is. And what exactly do you think I think he is, Mr. Expert? Redeman is a coward, a thief, and a murderer. He is not. You're lying to me. I know Redeman. He's not like that. Wait, were you and Redeman... What? No, ew. Redeman and I were never a thing, item, whatever you want to call it. He was friends with my brother a long time ago. My brother was much happier when Redeman was around. Back then, he didn't spend so much time worrying about me and how I try to live my life. I just want Callian to have that happiness again. If Callian and Redeman can become friends again, my brother will leave me alone. Then I'll be free to explore the Tears. So this is why she wants to join? This is misguided. I can just kill Callian. Would that make it easier? Oh my god, that's a hell of an option. You're joining the Brotherhood so you can repair the friendship between your brother and Redeman? Essentially, yes. I want to make Callian happy so I can be happy. When he's happy, he doesn't scrutinize every little thing I do. This is a stupid reason to side yourself with somebody who's basically killing his own people. I just want to be free to live my own life, away from Callian. Away from everyone. I want to explore the tiers. I've spent my entire life in Lethian's Crossing because until recently, I was considered too young to travel alone. Now that I'm old enough, I want to get out there and see what's out there. My brother barely lets me leave to travel to nearby villages, let alone to some place like Halfgate. The Redeman you knew is gone. You must realize that by now. I think I have. I've just been afraid to... I've just been too... Ha! Typo again. The twos are switched. Both of them are wrong. I've just been too afraid to face it until now. If Redeman isn't the person my brother was friends with, then how do I make my brother happy enough to let me leave? Talk to Callian. Tell him you're old enough to make your own choices. I'm not sure it'll work, but I'll try. Thank you, Lovebridge. I will return to Lethian's Crossing to talk to my brother. How'd you know my name? Hey, level up, I think. How'd you know my name? How did they know my name? So leveling up Barrack seems a little straightforward. I can get another engagement target for him, so they can actually hold more people at once during combat. And at that point, what do I want to go for? Increasing parry is a good idea, which is most heavily based on finesse. It's not something I'm super heavy into, but that helps with armor deflection, it helps with accuracy, which means he'll actually be landing hits better. It's probably not a bad idea. Although that's not the best reason to, that's not the best way to raise parry, of course, because just using parry, of course, also raises parry. Alternatively, I could go further into health, getting up to 221. There's a few different options here. Let's go in, we'll go one more point into finesse, because it's kind of low in general, but I might stop putting points into that for a while afterwards. Alright, so there we go. Callia is now going back to Callian. And we should be done here. Yep, we have 2 different reasons to go back to Lethian's Crossing next.